Some would say that feminism is controversial. It's not. Feminism is not just the fight for women's rights and possibilities, it's also a struggle for equality, gender and racial equality, for those that believe that races exist. Feminism is not controversial. What is embarrassing is what the opposition says to contrast the values it represents. Let's see some of it. First, feminism is useless and there is no need for it. Wrong. Even if it's true that some problems such as women's sexual abuse can be generalized in actions of violence, it's also true that some men think that using force against women is not really violence. They think it's okay to treat them as they want, only because they are women. You might not be one of them, but it doesn't mean that there aren't any. What usually follows if they accept this concept is that violence over women has still decreased since a few decades ago. I think if you look at the statistics, you would see that those numbers aren't really that low. Also, there is the fact that many abused women are too shocked to talk about what happened to them, and so they don't appear on those statistics. But most of all, the problem doesn't come simply by the violence itself, but also by the rhetoric of manpower that still exists in some countries. Because remember, if you want to fight injustice, you have to counter it wherever you find it. There is not just your country. Next point has become famous. Apparently, some men are scared that feminism could send them to jail even if they are innocent. Because apparently it's so easy for a woman to point the finger at one man saying, "He abused me," and then the man gets in prison for the rest of his life. I have so many questions. One, if you respect women so much, why are you scared that you will ever get in that situation? Second, even if that is a possibility that I can accept, how many raped women are still unheard? How many rapists still manage to get away with what they have done? Third, how is that even an argument? That could be used for any subject, even homicide. It's not about women, if anything it's about the bland justice system. Also, if you think that, maybe it's not because those disgusting men are innocent, maybe it's because there is a lot of men out there that still use their strength against women. Also, these people get angry because they think, who knows why, that now any man is related to sexual abuse and they feel offended. Again and again, if you have no thoughts regarding force over women, why do you feel offended? When I hear about rape, I usually feel ashamed, even if I have nothing to do with those actions. And in the end, if what they do is considered to be what real men do, I would prefer to be a cat then. Before the last point, an honorable mention. Some men are worried that one day they won't be able to feel comfortable around a woman for the fear of being mistreated because of a joke or an innocent hug. Do you even know what rape is? Are we so chained in our selfish and repressed sexuality that we see all physical contact as the same thing? Anyway, that is another topic. At last, finally, what is thought to be the most controversial, and in fact it is the most stupid and one of the most evil, actually, just called an evil thing you will ever hear. If she got raped, it was her fault, because of the way she dressed or how she looked at people, so in the end she asked for it. I don't have the words to share how much disgusting that sounds to me. And the worst case scenario is when the rapist actually says, well, she was flirting with me. So, what you are saying is that there is no difference between getting close to a guy and when a man pushes a drunk dancing woman into the bathroom, do what he wants, sometimes sharing it with another man, and in most cases just leaving her on the floor, while the others are cheering for their achieved prey. If this is the level of discussion that is marketed by some news TV channels or by some online pages, then maybe the feminist movements aren't nearly as strong as influential as they should be. And what is happening around the fight for equality is just the beginning.